Help support Friendo Club by going to patreon.com/Steven Larson or clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson. Access to bonus episodes, question threads for the Going In Raw podcast, and entry to our monthly wrestling predictions challenges. Join the Friendo Club today. Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome to our star ratings for WrestleMania XL Night 2. These are not nearly as piping hot fresh as I'd like them to be, Larson.
Well, hold on a second. Relative to our Night 1 star ratings, you're right. Relative to those other guys. These are as fresh as can be.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to have to wait till the middle of April for those other guys'
What the heck?
star
It's early
ratings.
April now. Why you go wait half a month?
Got to wait a whole half a month.
What
Might
the
as well be
heck?
2025.
What the
Anyways,
heck? Anyways.
Of course, Night 2, lots of excitement
Yes.
around Night 2. So I'm excited to hear what your star ratings are for Night 2.
Likewise. Let's get to it. You know, we're a little late getting these up. Let's get these out here as fresh as we can without delay.
Right.
Let's do first match, Night 2. Seth Rollins losing that World Heavyweight Championship to Drew McIntyre. We'll include the cash-in after the match in terms of all this for ratings purposes. Steve, what'd you give this one?
So here's the thing. Because we're including the cash-in, we take everything in totality.
Absolutely.
And it was all awesome. The match was awesome. The cash-in was awesome. I gave it 4 3/4 stars because I can't quite go 5 because a 5-star match is like a special occasion. But this maximized my entertainment value. I thought the match itself, like the actual match between Drew and Seth, was excellent. I thought it was really, really good. That probably would have gotten 4 1/4. Add a 1/2 star for the sheer entertainment mark-out value of not just Drew McIntyre rubbing it in CM Punk's face, CM Punk getting physical with Drew, the cash-in, Judgment Day all standing there at the ramp. Man, oh man. When you maximize my entertainment value, you get 4 3/4. It has to be an actual, like, really, really good, like, solid match. Like an amazing over-the-top match for me to go 5 stars. But like if you're maximizing my entertainment value, 4 3/4 is kind of the highest I'm going to go, and that's how much I went here. It was awesome. I thought it was great.
So to preface, there's not a match on my Night 2 star ratings that is anywhere near as low as Night 1. In fact,
yes,
they're all pretty substantially higher across the board. I didn't go quite as high as you in terms of this opening bout. It was a really entertaining sprint. The match is only like 10.5 minutes. It was not long.
Yeah, but it was awesome.
The only knock I have against this is it kind of went a little overboard with spamming the finisher. It took 4 claymores. Come on. 3 really should have finished it.
Seth is special.
Yeah, but he also got a bad back and a bad knee.
On top of that,
and he wrestled for 45 minutes the night before.
On top of that, a couple of those claymores were like 2-step claymores as opposed to the full sprint claymore. You got to figure there's going to be a little bit of variation there.
But Drew knows how to deliver that move. Whether it's 10 steps or 2 steps, maximum power from Mr. McIntyre when it comes to the claymore. I gave it 4 1/4 because wildly entertaining. Match really, really good.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, it brought the energy to the open of Night 2 and set the tone and set the pace for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the pace never let up. And I think it was overall for the benefit of Night 2. Yeah, 4 1/4. It's 4 1/4 star match. And then, I just kind of wrapped it all in together, 4 1/4.
All right.
Not necessarily a bonus for the cash-in, but
yeah, went low. So let's talk
really
about
good rating. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's talk about Bobby Lashley and what may or may not be his faction, the Pride. Certainly, the Street Profits, BFAB, defeated the Final Testament in a Philadelphia street fight, which of course Brian Cage knows where it's at now, thanks to Ricky Starks. Bubba Ray Dudley refereeing it, and Snoop Dogg on commentary. Again, I go with like the sheer entertainment value of this, and it was off the charts. Now, the stakes a lot lower, the heat a lot cooler than the previous match, But in terms of like sheer entertainment value, along with Snoop Dogg's commentary and Bubba Ray Dudley, not delivering a terrible take on Twitter or the Busted Open show, just having a good time. Crowd was into it, loved it. 3.5 stars.
Not too far off from you. It didn't overstay its welcome. Everybody got a moment to shine. The pace was good, and you got the nostalgia factor of Bubba Ray getting involved, putting the glasses on, doing the was up, table spots. Snoop Dogg on commentary was excellent.
Hilarious.
He was fantastic. I gave it 3.25 because stakes, not much. Heat going into it, basically not there. But the match itself was a lot of fun.
It was. Absolutely was.
Next.
Let's
talk LA Knight.
Yeah.
Defeating AJ Styles. This was a good match. Well executed. They had a story to tell. It wasn't overly complex.
Yeah.
Again, another feud that didn't have like a ton of heat behind it. I know LA Knight showed up at AJ's home, but he showed up at his home honking his horn just going, yeah. They got into a minor skirmish. Police arrived. Yeah. How do you know if charges were pressed against LA Knight?
Didn't see a mugshot, so I'm going to say probably no.
Probably not. So, heat level, somewhat tepid. That being said, perfectly well executed match. Pretty entertaining. LA Knight gets a huge win. In my book, that's a 3.5 star bout. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Okay. I went opposite C's. I went 3.25 on this one. Same reason you said, just not a ton of heat. I thought it was fine. It was good, entertaining, but nothing really to put it. Once you're at 3.5, you're like, what's that smell? 4 stars? And I don't think it was sniffing 4 stars, so I got up to the point where you're sniffing 4. I got 3.25.
I will say this: credit to AJ for bumping all over the place and throwing his body around to make LA Knight look like a star. So,
kind of surprising given AJ's newfound ability to grow copious amounts of muscle, to still sort of be putting on the same kind of AJ Styles matches.
He's got incredible body control, man.
He does. Absolutely. Yeah. That stuff where he goes up top and then they like hit him off to do the phenomenal forearm and he just goes, oh my gosh, that's so scary.
I know it is, but he knows what he's doing. Let's move on to the U.S. title match. You had Logan Paul defending successfully at that against Kevin Owens and Randall Keith Orton. Steve, what'd you give this bout?
I thought this was just one of those expertly executed triple threat matches that had a ton of entertainment value, logical finish, eye show speed. If you're into that kind of thing. I thought this match was delivered across the board. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really, really darn good.
I'm not too far off from you. I gave it 3.75. Perhaps the most impressive part or most entertaining part of this match to me was the character work. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton have just fantastic chemistry together. And the way they came across or upon the realization that they were going to have to throw hands at some point. And it wasn't like it was ever really chippy between them. It was just a situation like we're in a match, we're against each other, we're going to have to fight. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I expect him to show up on SmackDown Friday still, getting along just fine.
Yeah, I really liked the, like I said, Kevin Owens, he always brings logic and he fills in the gaps with the story. Why would these guys fight? Well, we all know it makes a lot of sense. But his character is like the most self-aware character. It's almost like a Deadpool situation where he's like, well, I want to pin him. You want to pin him. This is just where we're at now. Let's go ahead and do it. And he spells it out for everybody. And I love that aspect of it.
Totally. Let's move on to the WWE Women's Championship bout. Bayley defeating Io Sky to become new champion. Fantastic work here. The subtlety in terms of how Bayley was selling leg after Io was working it, even after Bayley hit that suicide dive, which seemed to be the move that at least its storyline caused some sort of maybe minor injury that Io then targeted and potentially, again, in storyline, made worse. A lot of really great moments. You got Bayley kicking out of the moonsault. You got Io escaping the rose plant with that handspring flip type move. That was incredible. Entrances were on point. I gave it 4.5 stars. I thought it was fantastic.
I gave it 4 3/4 because I think it was like 3 to 5 minutes away from being like a 5-star classic. This was outstanding. The storytelling was beautiful. The build was really amazing. Lots of heat here. Bailey, did the whole thing where she looked like a little cooler for WrestleMania. And the banter in the ring throughout was awesome. And then you just get this straight up cool shit like Io bouncing out of a rose plant attempt. Whenever I watch a match and somebody does something where I'm like, holy shit, what did I just see? You know that they're on the right track. But everything about this match was great. I just feel like they gave it, I think, about 11. Oh, they gave it 14 minutes. I think if they went like 18 to 20 and like really like went with a couple more false finishes, maybe it would have gotten to that 5-star territory. But it came as close as as it possibly could.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the main event. Cody Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns, become the new WWE champion. Steve, what'd you give this bout?
This was such a tough one because I feel like it probably could have been overbooked even more to a more ridiculous degree, and my stars would have risen even past what I gave it. The match itself was really good, like without the overbooked nature of it.
Yeah.
Stuff between Cody and Roman was fine. I think they went like 33 minutes, but like probably 15 of that was the overbooked stuff.
I didn't think it was that long for the overbooked stuff, honestly.
I gave it 4.5 stars because, like I said earlier, with the first match on the card, which I think I also gave 4.5 stars. No, I gave that 4 3/4. All right, fine. It basically maximized almost. The first one did, but this one almost maximized the entertainment value. It was probably a glass break away from getting to 4 3/4 stars. Instead, they gave us The Undertaker, which was fine. And I've seen plenty of people making the case why Undertaker makes sense. A lot of good cases out there. He's got a beef with Heyman, got a beef with Roman, the Yard, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But and there was a bit of foregone conclusion here, the way they built this up. Way more so than last. Like when you look back on last year, like it, I know we all thought that was going to happen, but looking at this year, it's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, it'd be really bizarre if Roman didn't. All the overbooked stuff, Cena coming out, I was marking out left and right. Maybe if that glass broke, I would have put it to the next level. But 4.5 stars. I thought it was an excellent way to end Roman Reigns' run as champion.
It was. I gave it 4.5 as well. Even if you take the 5 to 8 minute section of all the overbooked stuff, I think it didn't last that long.
It didn't. Yeah, they went bang bang bang.
I think that was the right tack to take because it didn't take away from the match itself. Mm-hmm, sometimes you'll have a match that's going pretty good. You have a bunch of interference and overbooked nonsense, and it completely distracts from the story they're trying to tell in the ring between the two participants. And they did a good job of having the overbooked stuff, having the huge spots, having the mark out moments, while being true to the story being told in the ring. And I thought Cody and Roman did a fantastic job, even leading up to all the overbooked stuff, of getting us all on the edge of our seats. Roman Reigns, one of the best trash talkers in ring in the business. Yeah. And I thought the story beat with Roman having to choose at the end, or putting himself in the situation where he thought he had to choose who to attack first, Seth or Cody. And he went with his emotions. He went with the trauma of his past in attacking Seth rather than maybe guaranteeing his title win. I thought that was a brilliant story move. Down to the very end, Roman can't get over the initial betrayal by Seth Rollins. And I think that leads to a lot of interesting storyline possibilities going forward. I actually enjoyed this match a lot more than I anticipated I would. And I'm only taking into account the overbooked stuff. That was just kind of is what it is. That's spectacle in my eyes. I gave it 4.5 stars. I thought it was really good. It's good stuff.
Yep. Same. Look at it. Katra's aligned in the end.
Yep.
Interesting.
See if I have an idea. I'm going to pitch this to you right now. Since there's 2 nights of WrestleMania, why don't we do each of us get a turn at guessing Dave's ratings when we do our episode on Friday, but just in one video.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's do that.
I don't know who's scheduled to be on the hot seat, but whoever is will get night 1. The other one will get night 2.
Okay, I like it. I think you're scheduled to be in the hot seat.
All right.
I think. I could be wrong.
Sounds
about that.
right. I'll double check.
I think I put myself in the latest thumbnail, and that's usually who I put
All right. Gotcha.
for the hot seat, I think.
Gotcha.
Anyways, let us know what you guys thought with your star ratings in our comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, the notify bell, and the like. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.